There's only one prop that ties the whole MCU from the first Iron Man to Avengers Endgame. It's not the tesseract, the Infinity Stones, or Thor's hammer. No, it's the Mark I arc reactor. The same prop Tony pulled from his chest, saved his life, and memorialized him in Endgame. And today we're going to build that prop using this DIY kit. But first, this is your Geek Fix. So let's go ahead and open this up. First off, I want to note the front is very cool. The arc reactor right on the front, just as it would appear. It's a nice design. Kind of a cool box, but a little beaten up. I didn't pay for the safer shipping, so it's okay. What's most important is what's on the inside. And right off the bat, we can see this. Tony Stark has a heart ring. And I like the fact that it is not 3D printed or anything like that. It looks like it's actual metal. I'll inspect it a little bit more in a minute. Another ring. This one has some 3M tape on the back. This, I don't know what this is, but it looks pretty chunked up on one side. I don't know if that's intentional. I'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, I think it's possibly got some flaws, but the other side looks alright, so I don't know if they have to be pointed out in one direction or the other. I think I'll pick the one that isn't all cut up. Then we have this piece right here, which I think, yeah, no, just another piece that has some sticky parts on both sides. Got another ring right here, and again, it's real metal, so put that over there. And this right here, I do believe, is the part for the bottom, which is hollow so that the charging cable can go through it. So I think that is what that is. Then we take off this piece right here, and we have our directions. It looks like there's two sets of directions. I don't know if they're going to be in two different languages. This one does say the arc reactor, and it is. It's directions for the arc reactor, and it looks like it's all in English, so that's good. This one right here is a little thicker. Oh, and it's the directions on how to get together the stand and some of the display pieces. So if you were just building the arc reactor by itself, that would be these directions. This one is for the stand and for making it work. Now, pull out this little piece, put it over here, and right over here, I believe this is for charging it. And what's cool is they have all these bags that are in here, and every single one of them has Stark Industries on it, and has the arc reactor, and then what parts are inside. So this way you can take out just one at a time, or at least that's the idea behind it. I don't see, though, any numbers so far that tell you one bag from another. There's a lot of Japanese writing on these, so maybe I'm gonna miss out because there's Japanese writing on here. It's just a bunch of parts. There's no arc reactor on the front of that one. This one again has some labeling, which again tells me I should be able to organize my parts by whatever's written on them, but there's no A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. Here's a small bag that I can tell is going to be problematic. And then we got a pen, just a metallic pen. It looks like we're probably going to do some detailing with that. And I thought there's glue in it too. I might have to grab some glue right quick. And then this is the display box itself. So this is something we're going to put together later, and I don't want to take it out because I'm afraid it might get scratched or something before I can actually start assembling it. So I'm just going to take that and put it back in here right now. So we got all our parts organized and laid out pretty much. So got this over here, got my directions over here, can put these all back in here, and yeah, I think we're ready to start. You'll notice too, I set the table up a little bit higher than I normally do. The main reason for that is that I knew I'd have to be up closer to this, and I wanted it to be able to really do some finite work. So that's the plan. With everything organized, I think we're ready to go. So we're gonna have to start with these directions first. These are the directions for the actual arc reactor, and I'm already stuck. Let's see here. It says I need paste by glue, so I'll need some glue. Okay, we have all sorts of different types of glue here, and this might be one of my favorite ones, so let's see what it says. Alright, so first off, I have 2 round pieces here that look like they have screws. Is that this? I wish it had lettering. Like if it said A and B. Actually, this might be it. It's gotta be this bag. And it does have some little screws in it, which also indicates I should have something to screw it with. We'll see what exactly kind of screw we're talking. Oh, they are Allen wrenches, which it comes with. Oh, okay. That works. You gotta like it when it comes with the tool that you're needing. Okay, so now we want to open the one that allows us to test the, that's this one right here, and that there, but this, here we go. Alright, so we want to take this one and pull it straight down like this, and now it wants me to turn on the power on it, which I can do actually. Alright, so I got some batteries, and I also hooked this up to a battery pack so I can test it. None of the buttons, by the way, it makes sense that are on there. I don't know. But not that one. Oh, there we go. So what do these other ones do? Probably brighten it. Yeah, and then decrease it. And what's this one do? There's a pulsating one. Oh, that's very nice. I like pulsating. Alright, and then that turns it off. Okay, so we've tested it. Now, oops, I'm going to disconnect that again. I'm going to put this stuff over here. This piece right here, what appears to be this piece right here, which will slide in right behind it. I'm going to take this ring right here, put it right about here, I guess. And then these over here have to come on. Oh, I see what the edges are. There's little divots as you go around in this ring, and that's for the heads of these different screws. And so I'm just going to slide it into there. They snap together, and then place that lightly on here. And then we're going to run these down through here and into here. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure that on this side I'm gonna have to hook those on. Sure enough. So we'll put these little teeny tiny screws on here. I'm kind of surprised. I'm still only on part C, and I gotta get to P. So alright, and so far everything looks pretty good. I think I will give each of these a little tweak. So that's basically what it looks like. So there you go. On the front, on the back, all one piece, and yeah, okay. So that's that level. So with my first top section done, now we're ready for the more complex stuff. And there is... Wait, where was that? I think it's in here. Nope. Oh, here it is. These look like they're laser cut pieces, or yeah, I don't know. There's some of it's like copper wire, and some of it looks like it's die cut, and I don't know. But still, highly detailed stuff. So then, oh, more pieces that need this brown stuff taken off. I wonder if I should have brought a knife with me. Oh, I get it. This is the first ring, basically. Okay. And then the black circle. I really do wish that there was some level of labeling on here. I also am not sure if I should take off little pieces of what I think are flashings, but what if they're not? I mean, I don't want to remove something that then ends up ruining my ability to put it on. So we'll have to see, but I need this piece, and then I need a piece that looks like it's just, oh, it comes from here. Huh. Man, this. I would say if I could go back and start over, one thing I would do is to pre-pill all the pillable parts so that it doesn't have to be a whole project by itself. Oh, man. How annoying. And boom. Alright, we've got these little parts now. And these parts are going to hook in and through these pretty easily, actually, just like that. And one more. Okay. Okay. Now, it says push 3 parts to the center and fix the golden circle and mesh. Okay. Actually, no glue I don't think was necessary because we do want to be able to slide it in and out. So hopefully that was that piece. Oh, now we want to affix these nylon columns. Is that what these are? These nylon columns. Okay, and then that's kind of neat looking still. Now I'm going to take the rest of these rings, I guess, and put them on top as well. Alright, so I did find out that this ring does go right here. That is the copper ring. I thought I was supposed to use it for something else later, but that is what that goes to. And I also decided to double check and test it. And how cool is that? Anyway, so I think now it's going to go slightly faster. The only trick is for these next parts, I need to get all of this brown stuff off of here, off of all these pieces, and they don't peel off that easily. So I would say again, if you're putting this together for the first time, I would actually try taking it off and preparing these long before you start trying to construct it, because it'll just add a lot of unnecessary time to it. Okay, so just peeling off the last of this stuff that's on here, and it was not easy to peel off. It wasn't like you could grab a tab and just pull it. You kind of had to scratch it off, which defeats the purpose, but admittedly, it is very shiny and I think ready to add to everything else. And as you can see, I made everything as organized as I possibly could, because from here on out I want to be able to know what I'm grabbing and from where. I kind of have figured things out up to this point, but have obviously had some mistakes along the way, and the process has been a lot longer than it should be, mostly because I would say we didn't have very clear instructions, and some of the parts threw me off. So now we're back on track, and I'm on this part right here, where it looks like I'm gonna need to be using this round piece and going around and connecting some of these other black pieces that I have. So, can I figure it out? Maybe. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is sliding in the main part. I'm going to slide it down through this hole, and it feels like it's going to break. Oh man, I don't make sure I got everything. Did I really get it all? And I'm guessing I did. So just slot it down, it's saying. Just don't worry about it, I guess. I mean, what harm could happen, I guess? Oh wait, sure enough, it's slotted into that spot, and that's that. All right, easy enough. Now I'm gonna flip it over, and next I have to slide this on, I guess, until it snaps. So, also what I'm gonna do, oh, look at that. That is awesome. Look at that. That is pretty cool. It slid all together, and that's where I'm at. Okay, it looks like this is where I'm gonna start to build the ring that goes on the outside. So, here we go. And there we go. Woo! Check that out. Huh? That is pretty cool, kind of. Anyway, now I've got this outer piece done, it looks like. But now the tricky part is I'm supposed to actually fish these through and connect them. Thread through hole and cut off the excess. So you start on the side that you're at. I think this would have been easier to do before I pushed on these parts. If I could go back now, I would probably try stringing them first. Alright, so that took a long time. It was extremely hard. I think if I could go back, what I would have done is, before I stuck on the plastic locks, I probably would have threaded them at that time. But the next part is, I'm supposed to mark these areas where these pieces come across right here. Mark them with this pen to make it look like they were soldered. So that's kind of the next little thing I'm gonna do. Whoops. And so, all right. I did get a little bit on one of the coils, but alright, looks pretty good. Now, just to, let's see here, is that it? I just slid it on at this point. Stick this on here. Okay, so next, pull off these little pieces right here, just by flipping them like so. And like that. And then I can take this. I'm gonna put this underneath this one. Oh, that's good. I used glue. It looks like it went on really good, so that's cool. So I've got this much done. Now we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna take this part right here. It can be hidden inside the tail wing for beauty is what it said. Okay, and now this is where the zip tie comes in, which you just pull around the two. It also mentions plug for decoration, no electricity. That's true. Okay, there we go. And now, better than that, I am done. Okay. So there it is. That looks just like the arc reactor from the film. As Pepper pulled out of his chest, and there's the part that was plugged in right inside. Pretty cool. This is the set of instructions that we're going to be using for the case. Now there is one thing I might have to do to make it look the way that I think the real one did, and I'll get to that in a minute. So once again, it looks like they wrapped everything in that almost cardboard like covering to protect it, which is fine, but that means I'm gonna have to peel that off. So I'm thinking the first thing I'm gonna have to do is go through and clean up some of these pieces so that we can just put it together. I don't know if they intended for people to have to do a lot of work on this, but jeez. Okay. This is as it will be. This is kind of a cool piece. It's all metal. It looks like it was machined. And then at the bottom it has some linking pieces. Have some holes and things that we'd be using to be able to secure that on. So first thing I'm going to do is glue this without making too much of a mess of it. Whoops. So this part in the bottom screws out, and then we're just placing that on here using those two screws. Okay, so now we've got this piece that's fastened onto it, and all that we have to do now is when we're ready to put this on is just screw it on. And to guide this on, we're actually going to stick that on temporarily. We're going to actually stick in this whole thing, but we're going to pull this out afterwards. The reason why we did that is so that now the glass will fit around it. So I probably don't need that again. Just like that. Which it didn't wind up in the final space I wanted it to, but there it is. So I guess the way it works is push this part through, but as I curl this other part around. Okay, and that's essentially what it can look like that, right there. All right. Thus far, not too shabby. And what I like about this is I can still screw this off to retreat this, which I think I'm going to do. Next, I need the glass. Oh, all one piece. Okay, now just to get them on there. So according to this. I've got to line it all up, kinda, just right. So, yeah, look at that. Not too bad, not too shabby, right? I think the one thing that I wanted to do is possibly make this base also a brushed metal. So I'm gonna go back and look at my reference materials, but if that's what it looks like in the movie, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I could also get a real glass box to put on top of here. I think the standard size is standard enough. I might be able to pull that off. But for right now, that's pretty nice. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. These are the kinds of videos that we make. Subscribe to the channel and click on that reminder bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Like, subscribe, and comment below. This is your Geek Fix.